So we've talked a lot today about what members want of their experience and how that affects the value equation, what they expect of their experience. One element we haven't talked about is the employee. What is it they look for their experience? And then even more importantly, how does that impact what the members have in terms of their experience? And how does that impact profitability of the company? So you're talking about back in, what was it, the 80s, where the whole notion of the service profit chain came to play, which basically says an employee's experience impacts a customer's experience that ultimately impacts profitability. Could you talk to me about that?
Right. Actually, it was in the very early 90s, a professor out of Harvard, Dr. Schlesinger, first published article was called The Service Profit Chain. And they wrote a book after that, and they've had some add-ons to that. What the service profit simply said is that in order to get customer loyalty, you've got to have employee loyalties, but there's other steps in this chain. The first step in the chain they talked about was how you hire people. In other words, you have to hire people whose values and beliefs align with the values and beliefs of your brand's value proposition. That was the first step. Second step is once you hired the right people was how did you engage them? Did you educate? Did you reward? Did you incentivize? And how you do that if you're able to generate employee loyalty. Once you generate employee loyalty, it was then how do these loyal employees interact or engage with your customers? And the manner in which they engage with those customers then would influence the level of satisfaction or delight of those customers. And if you were able to get them to delight, as we said, then you begin to generate loyalty. And the more you can generate loyalty, the more profitability. And what's interesting is not just a chain, it's almost like a cycle. Because once you generate those loyal members, generate profitability, that comes back, because when you're making more money, then it helps make the environment that much better. So it then begins to provide more food, so to speak, to that chain, what they call the service profit chain. And I'd like to say, maybe not the service profit chain, it's the member loyalty profit chain.
Good point.